State Champs are back. We have a new album announcement, we have the album release date, and we have 2 new songs from one of the biggest bands in pop punk, so let's dive right in. State Champs I don't think need any introduction. They are one of the biggest modern pop punk bands, only behind, I believe, if we just look at Spotify, I think it's neck deep, the story so far, then State Champs, and, even calling State Champs like a newer band is almost weird because they've been around for, 10 or so years. But here's the tweet of the announcement. We are very excited to announce our 5th full-length record, self-titled. We believe this record truly embodies who we are as a band and couldn't think of a better way to celebrate than self-titling it. We hope you love it as much as we do, and the album is going to be out November 8th. So we have 2 new songs from the band off this new album. We'll start with the Silver Cloud because it has a music video, and then we'll hop into the next song.
Irritated, another step to the same revolving door. Thought in my heart, I'm in my head. Basic somehow, sustained up and misbehaving without. There was no time to waste while dreaming wide awake until the mountains move. There's more to prove. I'm awake. So can we get back to basic somehow?
Okay, State Champs, Silver Cloud. The way that I'm going to describe it is I think one of the lyrics where they were saying, we're getting back to basics. I feel like that's pretty much what this song is, back to basics. Straight up, no different, multiple different kind of genres or anything. It is a pop punk song in every sense of the word. A little bit of Groundhog's Day, repeating the same day in the music video, and I'll take it. I think a lot of bands sometimes... a lot of music videos just get too comfortable where it's just the band playing the song, and it's not really much of a music video in my opinion, but good song, pop punk, nothing out of this world, nothing like crazy stood out to me. Let's see what some of the comments are. Love the vocals, resembling the style of the Finer Things. Champs at their best. It's not a phase, Mom, of course. Feels like a throwback to the Finer Things and Around the World and Back. Loving the sound of the album. They never miss. State Champs, always true to their element. Let's go. We are so back. It seems like a lot of people are happy in the comments that State Champs are back and going to more of a traditional pop punk sound, but did anybody listen to Kings of the New Age? That was a straight up pop punk album too, and I thought a very good one. I don't really think State Champs ever truly went away from the pop punk sound. So it's interesting that a lot of the comments are, happy that State Champs went back to being a pop punk band. I guess I missed the part where they weren't. All right, this is the 2nd song off the new album, Too Late to Say.
I get a little bit tired from all the memories that got inside my head. I get a little desire every time I open up and lose control, but now I'm out of one-liners. Is it too late to say that I'm lost on my own? It's like all of it's for naught on a sinking stone. Is it too late to say I was always afraid, but not today? Maybe a part of me doubted, so I never said the things I should have said. It turns out that it's a challenge, the balance. I'm probably thinking too much. It's like all of it's for naught on a sinking stone. So I'll tighten my grip on the last part of me.
So that was song 2, Too Late to Say. I think both songs are okay. None of them really blew me away. I think kind of like the lyrics in the first song, Silver Cloud, back to basics for State Champs, but I really wish we had something with a little bit more grit, some more energy. Like, I think both songs are fine. They're definitely not the worst State Champs songs I've ever heard, but I also always find it weird when a pop punk band releases an album. This album's coming out November 8th when, at least for me and a decent amount of other people, we're going to be, it's right when it's starting to get really cold, right at the start of winter. When I think of pop punk, I think of, summer, spring, fun, the wind into my hair, windows down, blasting up some State Champs. So, I'll have to wait a little bit to do that with this album in particular. But the new songs, honestly, they're okay. Let's head down to the comments and see what everybody else is saying. Around the World and Back vibes. Love State Champs. This is fire. Reminds me of Lime Street from Neck Deep and I Miss You from Blink-182. That's the Blink-182 I Miss You comparison is a pretty big comparison. I don't know about that. And only 9 comments on this song so far. I think most people are going to gravitate towards the song that has the music video. That just makes a lot more sense to me. And it is still relatively, kind of early in the morning when the album was, just announced. But it seems like everybody in the comments is super happy about the sound. They love the 2 new songs, and they're very excited about the new album from State Champs. And I know earlier I was talking about some of the Spotify numbers, so we can actually check that. Let's, be real journalists here. So State Champs, 703,000. I mean, that's, nothing to sneeze at. Let's see if where the related artists are. If I can just jump to like Neck Deep or The Story So Far. Those are the bands that I think are going to be comparable here. So here's The Story So Far, 864. Okay, so still more obviously than State Champs. And then I think for the last time I did this, Neck Deep would be the big one. Is Neck Deep even here? No, they aren't. All right, so let's put in Neck Deep. Neck Deep, yeah, 2 million, almost at 3 million. And both Neck Deep and The Story So Far released new albums this year, so that could be kind of skewing the numbers a little bit. But it has been a while since Neck Deep was early in the year, wasn't it? Yeah, back in January, and The Story So Far was the most recent one. So still in the top 3. I mean, obviously, I'm not throwing any shade at State Champs. It's very, very good to be in the top 3 of what I would say, modern pop punk bands, even though, again, a lot of these bands, are more than 10 years old since their first release, but, still some of the biggest bands in the pop punk scene. So it looks like it goes Neck Deep, The Story So Far, and then State Champs. But obviously, it still seems like, again, based on the comments, that a lot of people are hyped and ready for the new State Champs album. Those are my thoughts on the 2 new songs from State Champs. Let me know what you thought about the songs down in the comments. And are you excited for the new State Champs album coming out in November? Please like the video. It really helps me out, really helps the channel out. Subscribe if you haven't. And thanks for watching.